1051.
Power 1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yow.
We have a special lady in the building with us this morning. Miss Iggy Azalea.
Hey.
What's up, Iggy Boo?
Recovering.
Don't sound so excited to be here.
No,
this
but
morning.
let's hold on. She's had a couple of sold out shows in New York.
Yes.
She is recovering.
We saw that.
I'm recovering, but I'm good. I'm good.
What's T.I.? I thought he was moving with you. I saw you bought him out at the show.
Yeah, I did. I think he's probably hungover because, you know, Jay-Z had his 40-40 club last night, and he went in his suit after my show. So we called. I had somebody on my team call, but it didn't look good.
Did he wake up?
You didn't call him yourself?
No, I didn't call him myself because I don't like to call people married men early in the morning.
When you have work to do, you have
his
to.
artist.
Yeah, Tiny knows what it is. It's all business.
I don't need
Especially
to.
if you're supposed to be
My
somewhere.
people
I'll
call his people, the people that are awake. I wouldn't call anyone before 9 o'clock. It's rude.
I call
unless
Envy
your legs chopped
All
off.
the time.
I call Envy like 3 in the morning.
4 in the morning.
But that's
5
because
in the
we're on the way to work, though. Our schedule is different.
I knew last night when he said he'd see me this morning that I wouldn't see him this morning. So and I like you guys, so I was like, it's cool.
I'm
not gonna lie. I'm glad he's not here because I feel like we could really talk about Iggy without him trying to stop.
I didn't leave my shield.
Is he very?
I left it at home.
He's very protective of you in interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he'll step right in when we ask the question and be like, "Don't."
Yeah, he'll be like, no.
He's like, "Dad, that's Daddy T.I."
So if we was to ask you, have you ever really given head for heels, like you said in work?
Which I would
over
say
heels.
to you, oh my God,
You want to start early? That fast?
That's a lyric in our song.
Oh
right, go
my
ahead.
man, when was I a Valley girl?
Oh yes, you did say that. Valley girls giving head for heels. Got you.
Jeez.
You're referring
so
to
he
the
only
Valley
likes
girls.
to see. Charlamagne hears what he wants to hear.
I know.
All he heard was head for heels.
I did say that was my favorite line though.
Okay.
He had a box of heels in the bag waiting too.
Listen.
But sometimes you give head and you might
tricky
end
if
up with a
she's
pair of
worth it.
heels. I mean,
Is that what you do, Ye?
No, but if you're dating somebody and you do that,
Very true.
Right. I'm sure both of your significant others get heels.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know why? Because they give head.
That's the only reason, Charlamagne?
I mean, one of them.
Oh, my
Now, Iggy,
goodness.
the other day we had a whole discussion about this. Would you be with a guy that doesn't perform oral sex?
Yeah, I have before.
Wow.
What was wrong with his mouth?
Well, we didn't stay together, so maybe that's.
It didn't work too well.
I don't know. I think this is some guys have just hang-ups about it, and I think, and I talk about this with my female friends, if you're somebody just like a girl that doesn't like to give blowjobs, yeah, you can make her give a blowjob, but it's going to be a bad blowjob.
Say blowjob again?
There's nothing worse than a lackluster.
Yeah, it's going to be lackluster. Like, you have to really like to do that. For it's difficult.
Like you can have an attitude while giving oral sex.
If it's all dry, like it's a surgical procedure, I'm not going to like it, so I'm not going to push you to do it because it's not going to be enjoyable, but we might not stay together very long. But if you like someone, you try to make exceptions, and it's an exception that I've tried to make before. I don't know if it didn't work out. That didn't work out because of that, but it goes into my bag of cons.
And practice makes perfect, and you're gonna learn to love this sucking this pee-pee.
Right. And it's also probably part of it because that signifies a bigger thing of like respect and doing what you need to do to please me. And if you can't do that, then we probably have other issues.
Some guys don't like to do it, and then sometimes they'll just be like, oh my God, like, I'm really like feeling you tonight, or it's your birthday, like, I really want to make you feel really good. And you'll be like, oh, thanks so much.
Who's got time for that kind of warning?
Hey.
How honest are you, like, with guys? If they ask you, am I the best that you ever had, and they're not, or is my penis really big, are you honest?
Nobody's ever asked me if their penis is really big, but somebody's asked me, and they know who they are when I'm talking about this before, how it was, and it was it or eh?
If you gotta
and
ask,
I'm
you
doing
didn't
thumbs
do a
up
good
and thumbs
job.
down if you're listening. And I was like, eh.
That's foul. That's disrespectful.
so
That's disrespectful.
But it was really.
It was moments it was good, moments it was
So you're
bad.
being nice. It was really 2 thumbs down, not
Listen,
just.
a little secret: when a man asks you whether he was good or not,
He
knows he
it was
wasn't good.
bad.
Absolutely.
Right. Come on, man. Come on. And if you have to ask, like, this good or this good, you
Right,
know,
then
like,
you already know
come
what it
on,
is.
man. So, yeah, it was, that's how
All right, so let's talk about the new album because that's going
Let's
to be
talk
coming
about
out
it.
on Def Jam.
Yeah.
The new classic, but the album is out in the UK already, right?
No, it's not out
it's
yet. No, just my singles. I have my single Work, which is starting to get promoted here now, and my second single Bounce. But my album will be released at the same time, hopefully worldwide, the first half of September.
Okay, so you did the deal over there first, and then you signed here to Def Jam.
Yeah, because y'all want me in America.
Don't say
That's
that.
not, no.
People catch up late though.
But that's not what happened. You actually had opportunities to do things before, and
yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like with my whole Interscope thing, we talked about that last time I was here. And when you do say no to something that seems like the dream deal, I guess people think that you're absolutely insane. And
They blackballed you a little bit?
Yeah, they blackball you a little bit. So I kind of feel like I had to get away, and so I chose to go to the UK so I could be around new faces of a place that I wasn't necessarily kind of blackballed, I guess you could say that, and sort of prove that, hey, I'm not crazy, and get more people on my team professionally and just in the industry that can say like, no, she's not crazy. You should
especially
take a chance.
women. Sometimes they feel like we're more difficult.
Especially me.
Right.
Now, how was
Why
your
are you
relationship?
especially?
Just because I think I really like to be really, really involved in everything. And so when you are really hands-on and you're a perfectionist, there's always going to be things that you don't like or that you want changed. And sometimes delivering those messages, you always try to have your management do it so that you're not the bad guy. But when it's creative people or music, you sometimes have to be the first hand. It can't go through a middleman, and then you can come off looking like a little bit cray-cray. Right. Like my Bounce video, I definitely screamed full-fledged down a phone 24 hours before that came out. Like,
You went to India for that, right?
It's not right! It can't come out. So there's just things.
You was in India for that video, right?
Yeah, I went to India
That's a
for
big
it.
budget, boo.
I know. See,
that's
so
a
it
lot.
paid off to go. It paid off to go to the UK.
Now, what's your relationship with T.I.? Was it ever strained? Because I thought at one time it just wasn't working.
Seemed strained.
You said you wasn't taking no advice from T.I.
Yeah, I still would kind of say that.
Why?
Because I do take advice from Tia, and I did then too, but it's just, the thing about it is, I think sometimes it gets frustrating to me, and I suppose I can go the extreme in my answers when asked things like that, because people think that he maybe dictates my sound or how I make a song or what songs I do, and for any artist, that's frustrating because, yeah, T.I. is the big homie and I really respect him, and if he gives me opinion, of course I'm going to listen to it subjectively and really take it into consideration. But I think when things are creative, sometimes you just got to make your own mistakes, or you got to do your own path, and he's not going to creatively get everything I want to do, and I'm not going to get everything he wants to do. We're from two different worlds, and so it just kind of irked me when people would be like, is the album going to sound like a T.I. album, or Iggy's the female T.I.? I'm like, how the would I be the female?
Did you ever want to leave,
Tia?
though? Did you ever want to leave Grand Hustle?
No, I never wanted to leave Grand Hustle, but what I wanted was a major deal, and that was what was frustrating to me. And it was frustrating to see people say like, T.I.'s got you trapped in his Grand Hustle chamber, you're never gonna get out. And I was like, okay, rude, because he's the only person that's actually stuck by me and been my friend when everyone else was like, she's losing it, or it's a wrap on her, or oh, it's not gonna work out for her, she's never gonna get another deal after this. And he was the only person that stuck around for me and really tried to help me behind the scenes a lot. And perhaps for people it seemed like he wasn't doing anything, but he moved as much as he could move, but nobody in those offices wanted to mess with me. So what can you do?
Right.
Why'd you choose to sign to Def Jam? Why didn't you want to stay the indie route?
Because I can't bankroll the indie route. I can't. There's things that I need that I cannot bankroll. Like my stage shows being one of them. You guys didn't come yesterday, but it's cool. But
I've been to one of your shows before, though.
Well, it's a lot bigger now.
I saw.
I got to pay a lot more people now, and I have lights, and those things are expensive.
But then that means you make a lot more money too.
No, it depends. I don't.
Well,
think
you know
so.
what? Wale said that when he first started going out, he didn't make any money going on tour because he spent so much money.
Yeah, it will pay off. I think it pays off, and I'm not at the point yet where it hasn't paid off yet, because I've only just got this stage show, and I think I've only just got my singles, and I'm starting to get back in the swing. I've been doing tour supports. I did Rita Ora and I did Nas, and tour supports don't pay really anything. so I haven't really been making money. And the festivals that I'm doing, I want to have big sets, but I booked those last year, and it wasn't a great end of the last year for me. So no, my tour
you gotta stick by those
fees
prices.
aren't that great for this half of the year because everything's like 6 months in advance. But I want to put on a good show anyway, so I take the L because I think it will pay off. But Wale is right, but yeah, it's hard work.
You seem a lot more confident now. First time we met you, you was kind of nervous and
you were
shaky.
very
Now
nervous.
More,
but she's
more
used to us.
confident in
I think
yourself.
she's used to us now.
Even your posture is different.
My posture. I was going through some things, man.
What were you going through?
Just like what we were just talking about.
Just that?
Yeah.
She was broke. She didn't know if it was gonna pop off or not with this rap thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, I caught the bus to your interview. Do you know that?
No.
The China bus?
I caught the bus to
Last time? That's what,
Breakfast
because remember she was late. Remember she was late and they said it was the Holland Tunnel or something like that? Yeah, you was, so it was the bus.
Caught the bus from where though? Midtown?
From Jersey.
That ain't bad.
No,
Yeah,
but I'm
when
saying
you're an
that
artist, you take
it
the
was
bus.
a-
She's
She's
not
not
even
even
from
from
here.
here. That's, it's not like she had
shouldn't-
car service.
You
Man.
shouldn't really, I'm just saying it's a different situation to what people thought that it was at that time. And I think no matter how great things are projected for you, you can lose them. You can mess
Said
it
she took
up.
the
And
bus.
it was kind of a time where I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Can I save myself? Because I feel like I'm drowning a little bit.
At the time, didn't she have a boyfriend at the time?
Yeah, I will say a pretty girl with a functioning pussy shouldn't be on the bus, artist or not though.
I thought you had a boyfriend at the time. Remember I thought she had a boyfriend
I'm not gonna talk
at the
about
time.
what I had at the time.
So you ain't had nobody that you might have been dealing with that could have said, "Hey, get a car service."
Why is it
Was
somebody
it
that
cab?
you're dealing with?
Well, you know what? That's why I got new management, so I would never catch the
Yeah,
bus
because
ever
that's
again,
not
no
even
matter how big it was.
on you calling a boyfriend or somebody you're dealing. That's somebody that is working with you. That's like, okay, how are we gonna get you there? Let's make sure we set up
Right.
this person. At least if you don't have car service, they have someone that can come get you and
Something.
a point person.
See, I couldn't wire no money.
T.I. and me were kind of, we weren't fighting, but like I said, I was going through some stuff, and I kind of just, to be honest, I just sort of dipped on everybody. And
You were like, I don't need you.
I went to, no, not like I didn't need anyone. I was like, I just need to be by myself to my own thoughts because of everything that had sort of just happened. It sort of felt like all hell broke loose, and I just felt like I just want to get away and have a think about what I'm gonna do,
Right.
and so that's
Trust
where
your
I
struggle.
was. Yeah, so
Trust
that's
your
where I was.
struggle.
Now, you know what bothers me is I'll see the blogs, right? And for guys, they could hang out with other rappers. Nobody's like, oh, Jay-Z and Nas are dating. No one's going to say that.
Right.
But you're hanging out with Nas, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, she's smashing
Yeah, congrats.
Nas now.
I heard you dating Nas.
I heard too. I heard I was dating T.I. I mean, I was dating T.I. and I was dating Kanye West as well.
I heard Kanye. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
heard that.
Nas and T. That's a lot.
So why
It's
do you
good
think...
production.
And I posted a photoshopped picture of Drake, and
Oh, yeah.
I was dating him too.
Do what you got to do for them
We dated.
features in that production, boo.
So the funny thing is, I don't use any of their production or features, so I'm good. I don't need any rumors for that. I'm straight because I use my friend FKI and for a lot of production on my album, and I've known him since I was 18, so I don't need to give any blowjobs for those beats.
Yeah, use the people you don't have to pay.
Yeah, no, for real.
So you're not dating Nas.
No, I'm not dating Nas.
It seems like he was just supporting you, wasn't he? Weren't you guys at a show?
That'd have been dope though.
Yeah, well, it was that picture's from when we were on tour together,
Right.
and we had an after party that we both got paid to be at, and we
Took a picture together,
Took a
of
picture
course.
together,
Right.
yeah. So he is a good friend to me. We were on tour for a month. He's a really smart guy, and I think he's taken like a lot of risks in his career that people think are insane. So I had a lot to talk about with him because I take a lot of risks, I think, with the things I do as well. And I didn't know what he would think about the risks that I've taken or the things I've done, or if he'd respect them or what he thought about them. But I think he said to me, he thinks that it's cool because it's not easy to do those things and to kind of be ridiculed. And so, yeah, he's a close friend. He's
But
cool.
if Nas was to holler, would you give him some play?
I don't know, man.
Did he try to smash?
No, he didn't try to
I'm sure a
smash.
lot of guys, though, a lot of artists might have ulterior motives with you.
You damn
They
right.
might
Why
ask. No,
shouldn't
seriously,
they?
they might ask you to come to the studio. They might see you.
Yeah,
Let's exchange
maybe.
numbers. Next thing you know, you're getting those late night text messages and
Man, what's
Weird
wrong with that?
messages.
Right.
It's funny because a lot of guys that I'm friends with, like in the industry, that won't try to holler, but then I will notice if I ever post a picture on Instagram that's like involves butt in any way, to be like, "Hey, what's up? Where you at?"
like 5 minutes later,
Yeah,
you're not
15
slick.
minutes later, I'm like, "Come on, bro.
Like, we gotta hang out
You're
sometime."
Not slick. Where am I? I'm far from you, but yeah.
And your butt is real.
My butt's real.
Does T.I. ever hold it against you? Like if you get snappy in the studio, now he's like, all right, now you can be back on that bus.
No. I like hustle and flow style. No, he never does that to me. But he does say, he's always kind of like, don't go back to that place now. Don't go back to your crazy ways. Like, don't go, because you went away. Nobody could find you now. That's what he always says.
That was a good imitation of his accent.
Yeah, and I'll be like, yeah, I know nobody could find me because I wanted
to not be found.
Yeah, but...